I don't know, man. I don't fucking know. Holy shit. I don't fucking know. You know when things don't go your way? Like now, you know? What is it? 1 1:30. Been trying something, working on something, man, and it just ain't fucking happening. It just ain't happening today. So I don't know what's gonna happen. Fucking laptop might be broke by the end of this goddamn show. I'll tell you what. And this is to calm me down. This show is supposed to make me laugh, right? Nothing's ever funny. Well, no, it is actually. So it's crazy. But here we are, the attic, right? The attic coming at you solo daytime hours. We're we're uh third shift crazy. We haven't slept yet. Maybe for an hour and a half, but that's about it. So when I don't get my sleep, man, I'm bonkers, off the wall crazy. I just get no, I just get like obnoxious, some not even obnoxious, just annoying. And that's to me, that's to myself. I annoy myself. I just can't stop. It's probably all the coffee, probably all the goddamn coffee I drink like all night. I'm sipping all night long as I'm working, or even if I'm not busy, I'm still sipping. You know. But my man Danny was gonna hop on. Something happened. I don't know what happened. He's texting me now. I don't know what happened with his with the phone. Um, something it keeps kicking him off. Yeah. So I'm just hitting it real quick. Um, you know, just calling them, seeing what's going on, saying hello, folks. Hello. This is your official hello, right? So uh, sunshine's peaking. The fucking rain finally stopped for now. Sunshine's peeking out, so that means after I hit this little banger, we're gonna go take a ride on the old bike. As my man Danny says, wind therapy, right? Get a little wind therapy, which is funny. Didn't even mention that with if you saw episode 21, we had Marcie, who is a psychotherapist, a licensed psychotherapist in the state of Florida. We had her on for men's mental health awareness month. So we had her on the last episode, and it was phenomenal. Um, she was on point, man, on point. You guys got to go check it out if you didn't see it. I would definitely check it out. You don't know. I've never met her personally. She's married to Dags, who does this show with me, and he also does his show Slap the Meat, which is on YouTube. It's like a cooking deal, where he just like throws fucking beef around and shit, you know what I mean? Twirls it in the air, puts a spaghetti noodle up his ass and then, that type of shit. So, but it's his wife. Smart gal, smart gal. Tell you what, you know. What I was getting at is you never know what you're gonna like Forrest Gump, right? You never know what you're gonna get. I know. Um, um, you know, you never know how somebody's gonna, I know psychotherapists, they should have a head on their shoulders, but some of them don't. You'd be surprised. I've met a lot of psychiatrists and psychologists that are I don't even know how they even got the degree or the diploma and everything else in between. And a lot of them are babbling fucking idiots that look half out of it, that probably need the trazodone more than you do, or the Seroquel or the Soma, all that shit. Adderall, you know, which I never tried. I heard it's fucking amazing, but I never tried it. That's that's out of my that's out of my time zone. I don't party with that shit anymore. You should have caught me in the '90s with that stuff. You know what I mean? That's a '90s deal for my ass. But yeah, I was really impressed with the way Marcy handled herself, man. And like I said, she was on point. My man Danny boy had fucking he had a list of questions and he was just knocking them out. Boom, boom. Shit that he was because like I said, everybody in the show, in one way or another, is involved with mental health, whether they know somebody that's dealing with it or they have it themselves. Okay, it's just what it is. Uh, I don't. I've yet to meet I mean, I don't know that many people, but of all the people I've met and known, and through family and friends, most of the people you talk to are dealing with that issue. Or or they have their son or daughter or niece or nephew, aunt, uncle, brother, sister, everything. One of them, somebody has a bout with it. So everybody's aware of it. It's just good to be more aware of it, especially if you're dealing with it or have somebody that's significant to you that's dealing with it. But I was impressed. She held her own. Like I said, Danny had all these questions and he was hitting them off because he had questions of his own from being involved with the mental health stuff, the therapist from the divorce and stuff like that. I'm sure that throws a fucking mind into a goddamn ditch. I'll tell you what, man. I don't know how the guy does it. He's got one teenage son and one young teen. And I'm sure it's tough. I'm sure it's hard, especially on holidays, man. I can't even imagine not being around my family for holidays. So I'm sure it's tough and for him. So the mental health is a way that he combats it, with the tools that he learned. So he had a bunch of questions, and I guess he was trying to, I guess probably just trying to, not feel her out, but maybe feel her out in a certain way, see how knowledgeable she was, and she stood up to the test, boy. You know, she answered everything, and not just with the yes no. She gave hardcore explanations. People can answer questions all day, but she explained everything in detail enough to where it wasn't a dragged out, explanation and full of excuses. It was detail of on point things that made a lot of sense. You know, I mean, shit, we were all happy with that show. It's funny. It's funny. It's almost like a high, like when you have a show like that and it's a good show, and this is just for fun. You know what I mean? I mean, we just have fun. Nobody's making money. I didn't pay that lady, Marcie, to come on. This is all just for fun. She's helping the cause. You know, and we appreciate it. Um, but for it to affect you like that, where you're like, you're driving to work. Well, for me, I'm driving to work. After the show and everything, and it was just like, wow. It's like an adrenaline rush. It's hard to explain. Now I can see how comics like, being on a stage and they perform and they get they have a good set and they get a good feedback. I kind of got a little taste of that night. You know what I mean? Which I haven't in a while. I think the last time I've gotten a taste of Jesus. Well, no, not self accomplishment, but something like that that gave me a high was the last time when I was a ball player. Playing baseball. You know, uh, but it was cool. She was on point. She answered everything, and very professional. Great personality. You know what I mean? So I encourage episode 21 with Marcy. I encourage everybody to go check that out. You know what I mean? It takes your mind off of shit like I don't know, um, the weather, accidents, things like that. Whatever's going on. So we had a bad rainstorm a week, 2 weeks ago, about a week and a half ago. I think down south got it too. Jersey got it. I know we got it. I think Florida got a little taste. Virginia, that whole little, up down the coast there. So we got nailed, and we have my mother has a tree in the park that's right next door to her house. Long story short, the tree's weak, and it fell and it hit part of the porch and the roof. Banged out. Didn't touch the roof, thank God, but it hit some of the gutter. And but it's township property. That's my point. It's township property. So the whole thing of it is, when you when you call these things into people, they always say, yeah, go through your homeowner's insurance. Call up your homeowner's insurance. They'll cover it. They'll cover it. Yeah, but then you got to pay. You know, your shit's gonna go up. right? You got the premium or whatever. I think what is it, $1,500? So you got to pay that out of pocket. So you know, it shouldn't be the homeowner's responsibility if it's a township issue. I mean, it's both our issues, but it's their tree on their property. And they were told to cut down that tree many a times, many a times. I mean, it's infested, So, it was funny. I was talking to her about that. She's all stressed out because, she called the township, took pictures, called the insurance company. The adjuster came out, looked at it, um, said that she'd have to come out of pocket 1,500 and they would cover the rest. So then we're talking about, well, why should she have to go through her homeowner's insurance, her policy? This township just cover it. So we go to the township, and the township says, well, you know what? You go pay for whatever needs to be done, do all that, running around, getting, estimates, having them come to your house and do this and that. Pay for the work to be done. And then, give us the receipts and we'll reimburse you, which is fucking crazy to me. I don't see how the hell that's even, that township can even get away with doing something like that. I mean, Jesus Christ, it's your tree on your property and it falls on somebody's home. I mean, the homeowner shouldn't have to pay a freaking nickel out of pocket. I wouldn't think. I don't give a fuck if you're going to reimburse me the day the work gets done. It's putting out that money that's a son of a bitch. You know, I don't care if you got it or not, especially if you don't have it. You know, so I think we're going to run on over there today, or at least drop a dime and say, listen, fuck all that. Why can't you guys do all that stuff and then just take it out of your pocket from the rip? Why do we got to get involved with that stuff? Or my mother, you know? This is funny. This is funny how everything's crazy. You would think a township would do the right thing. I mean, they're fucking Point Pleasant Beach Township. I mean, god damn it. They get enough fucking money, trust me, from the people that come down in the summer. They get enough money between the parking tickets and the drunk driving and the loitering, and the food and the cost of everything on the boardwalk. You get on the boardwalk with a family of four, forget it, dude. You're dropping $300-400 easy, easy, easy. To get on the goddamn beach, I don't even know what it is for adults. I couldn't even tell you. I don't even go on a freaking beach. If I do, I sneak on. I know where to sneak on. You know what I'm saying? But the kids are like $8, I think, $10, somewhere around there. Adults are 10 or 13, somewhere. I don't know. So you got a family of four, you're dropping $60-70 just to hop on the fucking sand. To sit there and fucking burn. You know? So I don't know, man. It's crazy. It's crazy shit to me, you know? But they get enough money. They get enough money. So why they can't do this, I don't know. You would think there's a goddamn state law that says, anything that happens that's the township's property and it damages anybody, the township covers that off the rip. The person that's the victim should not have to pay a goddamn cent out of pocket. Like I said, I don't care if you're fucking gonna be at my doorstep 8 a.m. with a goddamn cash, not even a check, cash at the doorstep that morning after construction's done. I don't even care about that. I don't even care. Take it up front. You do all that shit. You know, she's not she's not young. I don't care if people come out to your house, but I know, but you got to make sure you're there. Schedule your day around that. We all know how that fucking goes. It's like when the cable guy calls you. Yeah, you know what? I'll be there at fucking 9:30. 2 o'clock rolls around. You're wondering where the hell he is. He comes 4:15. He comes, hopping in, smelling like goddamn brewery. You know what I mean? So, it ruins the whole day. Anytime you got somebody coming out to the house, unless you get them right from the beginning in the morning, the first stop, you'll be there all day. You know? So let the fucking township deal with that shit. I mean, it's ridiculous, you know? And it sounds so minuscule compared to the other shit. I mean, with that whole submarine deal, I mean, I was just hearing this goddamn kid didn't even want to go. He was like frightened. I mean, it's insane. You see all this shit, like what happened to the bodies and all this other stuff. Well, what the fuck do you think happened to the bodies, man? I'm sure they're in pieces, or I mean, does it what even does it matter? Why is that if anybody's concerned what happened to the bodies? I mean, you're not going to get them. They're not coming back, you know. Um, like I said, whatever's down there is going to be eaten. I mean, there's so many goddamn sea creatures down there. Like I said, we don't even know of, let alone the sharks, just alone. But let them rest in peace, man. Let the whole thing rest in peace. I mean, the goddamn kid didn't even want to go. That's sad. I just heard that yesterday. He was pressured by his father because his father was like some big, Titanic freak. Like he was all into it, the whole story and everything. You know what I mean? So he didn't want to let his father down, is what his aunt said. So he wound up going, but the kid was terrified. So shit, imagine that, man, being terrified already, and then, well, as it's going down, it implodes. They said that they probably didn't feel nothing. They said it was like a split second. So I don't know. But why the guy would make a fucking submarine out of two different pieces of material is strange. Titanium and I think what carbon fiber or some shit like that. I think, but it was titanium and something else. Titanium and fiberglass, titanium and carbon fiber. Not sure, but I, I question that too. Everybody said it was dodgy. Everybody said his stuff was dodgy. There was no regulations. There was no, certified. Nothing was certified. Nothing was looked after from the Coast Guard. When I used to work at the boat yard building ships, we used to have the Coast Guard come out and they would do the inspections on the hull. I mean, everything. You know, um, this guy didn't have any of that. And you're going that deep. I mean, that's crazy. No wonder why this kid was fucking scared shitless. This kid was onto something. I'll tell you what. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. So listen, check this out. This is the attic. Catch me whenever I feel like coming on. But you will stay tuned in the future for announcements on It's a Podcastrophe. I'm sure we're gonna hop on next week. We're trying to get my buddy he's a horticulturist who's now in California, and he's working at the medical marijuana, at a farm growing that. So we're going to talk to him about that. That should be really cool. I know he went to the University of West Virginia, and then I think he went to school uh, somewhere else after that. But should be interesting. Should be a good show. And then we have hopefully soon an private investigator coming on through Danny Boy, who's away right now with his kids. He'll be back in another week or two. So should we have something coming up with that as well soon? So we got a couple good things in the works, man. A couple good things in the works. I'm sure we'll have Marcie back on. I'm thinking maybe once a month, have her in. We could talk on certain things, pick a subject, this and that. So, all right. So listen, man, try to get chest up to the wood, have a cup of coffee, do something. I don't know, but I'll check you guys out. Stay tuned for all the promos that you see. We're just trying to spread the word. If you have not already, please like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe is huge. Analytics tells me that I don't know, like 40 something percent of the people that watch the show aren't even subscribed. So I appreciate the views. Trust me, I love the views. But if you're watching it and not subscribed, it doesn't really do anything. Um, so it doesn't cost anything to subscribe anyway. Shit, I don't even know how many people I subscribe to, but probably too many fucking people to be honest with you. That I don't even watch, but fuck it, I spread the love. Why not spread the love? Doesn't cost me nothing. You know what I mean? So, all right, guys. With that, I bid you farewell and stay tuned for more stuff from It's Podcastrophe. All right, love yous.